welcome, girlfriends, guy friends, everyone. Welcome to our third SWG Night. Todd, can you believe 3 SWG Nights in November?
3? That's 3 weeks in a row.
3 weeks in a row we have had
amazing.
SWG Nights, and I'm so excited for tonight because we are talking everything long arms. Now, before we get started, some of you may be joining us for the first time and may not know what SWG is. Todd, what does SWG stand for?
Show and sell with the girlfriends.
Yep, we love a good acronym. Acronym.
If you don't have an acronym, we don't have any use for it, right?
Yeah, right. Then you're not a girlfriend.
That's right.
So show and sell with the girlfriends. So welcome. We are going to talk all things long arm tonight. And before we get started, we have just a little bit of housekeeping. Now, we are going to ask every one of you to, first of all, like, share, and comment. And by doing that, you will be entered in a gift card drawing for not 1, not 2, but 3 $100 gift cards. So we're giving away 3 $100 gift cards. So like and share.
Add to that stash.
Yep,
Add to your stash.
Put it in the comments, but there's only one rule. You got to stay till the end. We're not announcing them.
That's
and
right.
When we announce the winners, we need you to let us know you're here, and then we will get that gift card sent to you. Well, you'll notice we're missing our fearless leader.
We are.
Yes.
It feels a little...
It feels a little odd, right?
Like maybe the B team's in the game,
Yeah,
not the A team.
yeah. The A team is
Well,
home.
half the A team's here.
Okay.
Right?
Maybe 2/3 the A team.
Okay. All right.
But we actually are so excited because we have a special guest with us tonight. And,
we do.
Yes. And so when Chris couldn't be here, we're like, who can we call that will know everything there is to know about long arms?
Yes, because it's not me.
And it's not me.
It is
Kelly Ashton.
Kelly
so
Ashton.
Kelly, come join us on set. We want to introduce you. Kelly Ashton is our territory manager. She's from Handy Quilter.
I don't know how I'd join with that introduction.
Yeah. You're just one of the girlfriends.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, Kelly and I have worked together a long time.
Yeah.
And you've worked with Todd for the year he's been with us.
Yeah.
And you've worked with Chris a long time too. And so it just feels like home having you here. But I'm so excited to pick your brain because I don't own a long arm. And I know Todd doesn't own a long arm.
I don't.
I can help you fix that.
Okay.
You know what? I can help us all fix that tonight.
Okay. All right.
Allison, you should own a long arm.
I should own a long arm, but right now I have a lot of questions. So,
Okay.
and I'm sure our viewers at home have a lot of questions
let's
too.
get to it.
So we're gonna kick Todd off because
sorry,
he's just
Todd.
our money man.
It's okay.
You're
It's
gonna come
okay.
back.
Yeah.
You know what? Stick to what you know. Long arm quilting is not what I know.
Well, yet.
Yet.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
But I'm going to learn tonight along with everybody
Yep.
else.
That's right.
all right, so we want this to be interactive. If you at home have any questions, if you have thought about it, if you have things, be sure to send those questions in. Be sure to like and share, and we are going to get started. So while we do,
Let's do it.
let's do it. Isn't that so fun? Okay, so Kelly, you know, I have gone to long arm events. I have been around a long arm. I still am that girl that sends all of my quilts out and pays all kinds of money to have my quilts quilted. And I'm kind of a fast quilter. So what I want to accomplish here is I want to just touch on like the brief questions about what we have out there.
Okay.
And I know that there's so much. So first, before we get started, I want to say, we are going to talk about basics. If you have any questions, Mike has got his phone on. He's ready to take calls. Email him, call him, because the thing about long arms, and I think the thing that you probably can say, is that everybody's long arm is customized and individualized to themselves.
Absolutely. And we need to find the one that's right for you.
Right.
Which includes the machine, the features, and also the frame. So we're just going to do a brief overview of those, right?
All right. So we're starting here with the Moxie.
Okay.
And so tell me just a little bit about the Moxie.
Okay. So if you're interested in long arming, you're kind of, I don't know, this is kind of our entry level machine. It's a 15-inch throat.
What does that mean?
Which means that I have 15 inches between here and here. But actually we have the poles in the back, so we get about 10, 11 inches of quilting space, and that's perfect for free motion quilting, and we'll show you a little more about that in a minute. But the 15 inches is a great place to get started.
Okay, so free motion is, I can see the handlebars here, and one of the fun things we have is we do have Steve with us, so he can come back and he can show us a lot of these things when we get a little bit, but I can see the handlebars. But free motion quilting is when I actually control what goes onto my quilt, right?
Really good way to say it. We say you're driving the machine, so the design that you're getting on the quilt is made by you moving the machine. Now the thing to note is that every one of the machines has a stitch regulator. So whether we're moving fast or whether we're moving slow, the machine motor speed is going to go the speed that you're moving the machine.
Okay.
So each of the machines we're talking about has a stitch regulator. That's a big question that we get asked a lot.
Okay.
So it's perfect for free motion quilting because when you're doing little tiny circles or big open spaces, it knows how to keep up with you. So.
Now, I think one thing we need to point out, and we're going to talk about this later in the show, but this big is called a Pro Stitcher, right?
Yes.
And it does not
Yes.
come initially on the machine. So what you get with the Moxie is you get this little frame and this big frame,
So
right?
it's probably important to say that any of the machines that run on a track or sit on a carriage that we're moving the machines, you can add computerized quilting.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that in a minute. And that's what this big screen here on the Moxie is. If you were just to buy the Moxie, this screen is not with it, but you
Okay.
could add the Pro Stitcher Lite
So
to it
once
later.
again, back to
Yeah.
that customization.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me what else besides free motion quilting, why would I want a Moxie?
To finish your own quilt.
Okay, all right. So
You've
we
got
all,
to
I
start
know,
finishing your
I
own
have got to
quilts.
finish my own quilts. There's something to be said
Yeah.
about start to finish.
Oh, yeah.
There's also something to be said about that big check that I write
Yeah.
every single time I go to my girlfriend's quilt shop and drop my quilts
I
off.
do have to say, as a long arm owner, I love Quilt by Check people. I love
Yes.
you.
Yes.
But I think you're going to want to sometime try finishing your own quilts.
Okay.
It's just a really,
One
thing.
thing, and you've probably heard this before, but it's my biggest hiccup, is I look at this machine and I think, where would I put this in my house? And
Yeah.
I live in an average home. I mean, and I don't have kids at home, so I have extra bedrooms. But I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, what, there's no way. I do not have room.
so this machine comes on an 8-foot loft frame.
Okay.
And you could also put it on a 5-foot little foot frame. So you have a couple of options with frame, but we're going to talk about the 8-foot. If you want longer or shorter, talk to Mike and he can help you
So
with the
I
adjustments
can
of that.
customize how big this is. Like I
Yeah.
don't have to move my husband out of the bedroom or give up my living room or build on an addition on my house.
I don't know, who needs a couch?
Right, yeah, especially if you're free motion quilting.
So generally the 8-foot frame fits in most bedrooms.
Okay.
So you can put one side up against the wall, but you want to be able to move it around at one side. So
Okay.
when you're thinking about the footprint, what this takes in a room, 8 foot, you need a good 9 to 10 feet in length. So
All right. Well, I do know that one of the great things that Mike does is he is a master at, you tell him what space you have, what you need, and he can figure out what there. Okay, so there's a lot of features and benefits, and I just want to I'm going to grab my little cheat sheet because
okay.
you know what? Before you came, Kelly, I got that. So we talked about the 15-foot throat space.
15
So,
inch, yeah.
15 foot throat space. I mean,
Just 'cause you knew
yeah,
mattresses.
I have lofty goals, I guess. So it comes with the 8-foot loft frame.
Yes.
And then the option to extend it.
Yes, you could extend it to a 10-foot frame. right?
Okay,
So,
all right.
Okay.
It's got this really cool display. What if this display is not big enough for me?
So it is a small display.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking over here at this Moxie XL.
Do you want to look at the Moxie XL?
Yeah, you tell me. Do I want to look at the Moxie XL or do we want to finish here? You're the boss.
Okay, let's move over to
Okay.
the Moxie XL.
Okay.
So this is kind of the big sister. Moxie
Okay.
XL has an 18-inch throat.
Okay.
Okay.
So you know, one thing I've learned is you grow out of a machine really quickly. So when you say this is your 15-inch, but it's kind of your starter, usually it doesn't take very long to grow out of that.
Well, for some people. Some
Okay.
people are really happy finishing on the 15. The Moxie itself is super easy to move. It's light. It's just a fantastic way to finish quilt. But the Moxie XL has 18 inches of throat space, which gives you three more
inches.
which is really helpful.
And this doesn't seem too much bigger.
It's not, I mean, 3 inches, it's not that much bigger, but it is 3 more inches of quilting, which we love when we're quilting. It also has a little bigger display.
I think that's why I was so excited to
Yeah.
move on.
It
So I
does have-
hope I didn't cheat anybody out here, but I think I was so excited to move on
Yeah.
because this display seems so
Yeah.
much better to me.
So with the Moxie, I have to scroll through the functions with handlebars, like I
Right
push
here.
the handlebars, right?
Okay.
With this, I can just touch the screen.
Oh,
Big,
okay.
Big deal.
All
It's
right.
like I just can choose manual mode. I can go back and forth to precision, which is a regulated mode, just with the touch of a button.
Okay.
So also with the lighting, we've shut the lighting off because it glares on the cameras, but it's just a touch of a button on the screen to get where you need to go.
Okay. That
So-
seems so much easier to me.
Yeah, it is.
Than trying to work here and then move with my
It's
handlebars.
fantastic, yeah.
Not that I wouldn't be thrilled to have this machine.
Nope, it's fantastic, but if you can fit the 18-inch throat space in your space, you'll love being able to just touch the screen and choose your functions and features like that.
Okay.
So,
All right. Still
yeah.
great with free motion.
so great.
Still
with free
great
motion.
in a
It's
bedroom.
Light,
It's light.
smooth. It comes on the same frame, so
Okay.
you have 8 foot. Comes with an 8 foot. If you want some 10 foot, you're going to have to just talk to Mike about that. But
Okay.
But it has that option. You
All
could
right.
Put it on 10.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I am really excited to think about this because like I said, I just need to. I think I just need to jump
just
right
need
into
to
it and
start
just do it.
using it.
I know.
It's kind
I
of
know.
addicting.
It is.
It's
Is
so
it
fun.
addicting?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite thing about quilting?
I
mean,
love free motion quilting,
Okay.
but I also love ruler work, and you can put a ruler base on any of these machines and use 1/4-inch thick rulers and get some really precise lines, which is really hard to do. Physics are into play with all these wheels and movement, right?
Right.
So if you really want straight lines, rulers are fantastic for that, or perfect circles or something like that. So
Okay, so I have
love the options.
knee problems, back problems. So I mean, all of that. These are just so light and easy. I mean, I
Yeah.
can move this with one hand.
you really can.
I mean, I just cannot even believe.
She's about to throw it off the table over there.
Yeah, I guess.
So some people even quilt one-handed. Like I have a friend who stands here with her drink and quilts like this. They're just really simple to move. So, and we'll talk about the Pro Stitchers in a minute, but it's really easy to go back and forth too. So.
Oh, okay. So that brings me. So if I learned a free motion quilt and then all of a sudden I want to do what we call here at the shop edge to edge quilting, which you can program in and it all looks the same. Can I go back and forth?
Oh, so easy. It's just like a push of the button. So if I can come around here with
Steve.
the camera, I can show you really quickly.
Want to come show?
So just, I don't know if you can even see colors on the camera, but I'm going to go to the Pro Stitcher button. My crosshairs, which represent my needle right now, are orange. That means my gears are engaged. The gears are engaged. So it's a little tougher to move. All I have to do is push the gear button. It releases those gears. Now they're purple, and it's just glides across there super, super easily. So even if you have Pro Stitcher, it's no big deal. It's
What?
super simple.
Wow.
To
One
go
button.
back and forth.
One
Yeah.
button to go back and forth.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to do borders and then all of a sudden engage my Pro Stitcher.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, my husband tried to talk me into getting a Pro Stitcher for a long time. I love free motion, and when I finally added the Pro Stitcher, I'm just like, I love the precision that I can add to my quilting. So
Okay, one of the questions that they ask is, can you use USB patterns with these machines?
USB. So like, are you asking if I can buy a design
Yes.
off of the
Yes.
computer? Because there's thousands of digital designs, right? So you just have to make sure they're in the right format. We have 3 formats that run in Pro Stitcher Lite. I don't know that I need to tell you right now, but
Right.
we can give you that information. There's three formats, and you can buy, if you say you were doing a quilt for a fireman or something and you wanted flames, you could just Google search flame digital quilting pattern, put it on a USB stick, bring it over here, and it's right there
And just load it right in there.
Super simple.
So that was a great question. All right, well, I think what's on everybody's mind, and I'm going to bring, I hope he's got his green glasses. I'm going to bring the money man on.
Perfect.
Because, you know, can I afford this? I mean, you know, that's the biggest question. And I am so excited for tonight, Kelly, because what you shared with me before we started is unheard of.
Right.
I've been here for going on 4 years, and I have never heard these prices before. So I'm so excited to bring Todd on.
The prices are great. It's the time. It's really the time.
So that was a really big overview. I know that there's probably lots of detailed questions, but like I said, the thing about long arms and the thing I want to share with everybody is you really need to call Mike because every long arm is customizable to you. But I'm going to switch places with Todd and talk money, and then I will be back to talk about the next machine.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Stand there.
I'm staying with you.
Yeah. Listen, Kelly, we have some great deals tonight.
We do.
But really quickly, why would I go with the Moxie versus the Moxie XL? So we're about to give them some prices, and price is one of those, right?
Price is one of those, absolutely.
Okay. And what else? Is this really the starter? Is this the starter?
The Moxie line is kind of our entry-level machines, but I started out on a 16. This is an 18. I started out on a 16 and quilted for years on a 16. So it's going to do the job for you. So if I would have to say probably that price is the biggest motive on which machine you're choosing right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the touchscreen if you want to go up to the touchscreen. So,
right. Okay. So we have some great prices on these tonight. Now I do want to make sure that you understand there are. I mean, I was looking at all the configurations. You can configure these machines in a multitude of ways, right? Depending on your space, depending on all of those things. And so I really would encourage everyone, if you have interest in one of these machines tonight, call Mike. Mike is the guy, right? Our girlfriend guarantee to you is that Mike will take care of you regardless of what happens with your machine.
Yes.
And so he's the guy to talk to. He's standing by right now. He's actually out in Ohio. And he texted me right before and he said, I'm ready to go. I'm ready right now to start answering people's questions and taking on whatever they need to know. So know that they have, that Mike's ready to go, ready to help you get the machine that you want to get, okay? So let's get started. The Moxie, the regular price, the MSRP on this is $4,995. It's on sale tonight. This is a Black Friday deal, right? And we're not even to Black Friday yet, but this is a Black Friday deal. $3,995 tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, this is affordability.
Yeah.
How many times? I mean, we'll have to ask Allison if she's added up how many quilts she's had quilted and how quick it takes her to get to $39.95.
We don't add those things.
We don't add those
up.
things?
No.
Oh,
No, we don't
wow.
add those.
So did you talk to my wife? That's what I hear.
Yeah,
That's
we
what Tammy
don't
says
add
too.
those things.
Okay.
It's value. It's value.
It is value. But you know what? That's not everything that we have on this tonight. So I don't know if you can see behind us here, but we have this. This is called a highlight. This light that's behind us. This is built, and this light comes in many configurations as well. But this light goes over top of your long arm.
Yeah, around. the
Goes
frame.
around it, and it's perfect light. Everybody in all of our members of our kitting team, they all have these over their
It's-
cutting tables.
Changes your world when
You know,
you're sewing.
and I've said many times, I could use that in the garage. That thing is great light. And so, if you buy this tonight on this deal, you're going to get the highlight for free.
Oh, wow.
Free.
Awesome.
Okay? And that's anywhere, depending on your configuration, that's anywhere from $400 to $600
Yeah.
of a retail value. And it's
Yeah,
yours.
at least that.
Yeah, and it's yours tonight. You just call Mike, and he will make sure that you get the right table for the machine, for this machine, and you'll get the right highlight. Also, our Girlfriends on the Go. So Girlfriends on the Go, we come out, we install it, we offer some training. we're going to take, so we have we have a 1-day and a 2-day event on that. We're going to take $400 off the 2-day, and we're going to take $200 off the 1-day if you choose to purchase this
Wow.
tonight. So we're racking up the deals here a little bit
Yeah.
more, okay? Free shipping anywhere in the continental U.S. This is affordable. This is affordability, get you in and get you going, right? Well, let's take a look at the Moxie XL. I think these deals are getting even a little better as we go, okay?
I think so.
Again, get on the phone, give Mike a call, send him an email. He's ready to get going and help you get the right machine for you and for the space that you have. But the Moxie XL, MSRP on this is $7,995. Black Friday pricing, girlfriend's pricing here tonight, $5,995.
It's amazing.
That's a $2,000 savings. Yeah, we're talking affordability now. Same thing. The highlight, you're going to get the highlight with that for free. And whatever configuration you need, whether you need 8, 10, 12, whatever the configuration is, you get that free with that. Again, lifetime machine education from MGQS. We do have the discounted Girlfriends on the Go, $400 off of the 2-day, $200 off of the 1-day, and again, free shipping anywhere in the continental U.S. So if you're thinking about this at all, give Mike a call, shoot him a text. When he gets busy, you send him a text and Mike will make sure that he gets back to you as soon as he possibly can. And these deals are going to run through, how long do these deals go?
December 2nd.
December 2nd, okay?
Yeah.
December 2nd is the end of these deals. So we know this isn't something that this isn't like a sewing machine that we go, oh, I want to upgrade my machine, I'll go ahead and set it on the same table that I had. Doesn't work that way with these, right?
Yeah.
So you have a little bit of time here to determine which one do I need, get with Mike, and he'll get you the best deal on whatever machine works for you.
Yes. And I probably ought to add in there, the Moxie XL, if you're thinking, I don't have room for a big frame, this machine actually comes as a stationary machine too, where you're moving the fabric instead of the machine. So don't think that you can't fit this in your space. If you're quilting on your domestic machine and you're pushing fabric through a little 7 or 9 inch throat, you're gonna be amazed at how amazing it, how great it is to push your fabric with an 18 inch throat. So know that you have that option too.
Right, and 18 inch,
Yeah.
I mean, when we talk about this, we go, 6, 12, 16, 18. That's a lot when we're talking about moving fabric, right?
Have you ever quilted on your domestic machine a king size quilt? You're gonna love this. So,
All right,
okay, so
perfect.
think about that too.
Okay, so again, Mike's number is on the screen there. It's 435-764-4531. Shoot him a text, give him a call. Either way, he'll take care of you and get you whatever machine you need in the setup that you need. Okay?
Love it.
All right, Allison. I think Allison's back on as we move up the line here and we look for even better deals as we go.
All right, Kelly, so before we talk about the next machine, I thought of a few more concerns.
Okay.
Okay, so one of my concerns, and you may not be able to answer this, but I can answer this. So I'm going to ask my question and then probably answer my own thing.
Okay.
But one of the things that I was concerned about is, what if I get this machine home and I don't know what I'm doing? I mean, this is a big machine. It's a lot of money, and I know that that was a great price, but it's a pretty big investment.
Yeah.
And I live hundreds of miles away from my girlfriend's quilt shop. So we have prepared just a couple of different videos because we do a lot of online training. We
Yes.
do a lot of over-the-phone training. We do a ton of education, but two of my questions were, how do I even start free motion quilting and where am I going to learn that? Because I'm not very artistic. So I want to share with the audience and share with you just a couple of ways that we can train online. The second one is, what if something goes wrong? If this thing breaks, it's not like my machine that I can just throw in the back of my car and drive to my local repair place. So I think, first of all, let's talk about free motion quilting, and let me show you some of the online education. Then let's talk about troubleshooting, and then I want to talk about this great machine because this is the next machine in our life.
Okay, perfect.
All right?
Hi, I'm Rebecca with My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop, and in this video, I want to talk about free motion quilting. By now, you've probably gotten to know your machine a little bit, and now you want to practice and learn how to stitch. The first thing that we're going to do, it's the first basic exercise, is called meandering or stipple. Doing a stipple, you want to make all of your lines curvy and not cross any of your lines. So basically just try to make everything round and don't cross any lines. Practice takes a minute, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here at the machine, I'm just going to push the play button and I'm going to start stitching. As I stitch, I'm going to make sure that my lines are rounded. I'm not crossing any of my lines. I want to try to make my little lumps about the same size. And be careful you don't work yourself into a corner. If you do, stitch off your quilt and then come right back on in a different spot and continue to meander. One thing that you can do to practice this is to just start drawing with a pencil or a dry erase marker and a board. Your brain doesn't know any different from stitching with a machine or drawing with a pencil. It's the same memory motion that your brain uses. So it's kind of cool. If you just practice on paper or a dry erase board, that's a great way for you to get some quilting in without actually using your fabric and your batting. Otherwise, you just want to practice and make sure that your loops stay nice and round and you don't cross any of your lines. Go ahead and fill up a whole quilt with this and see what you think. Thanks for joining me.
I love that. Like, Rebecca did a great job showing how to meander, and just FYI, like the first 3 or 4 years I quilted, that's all I knew how to do was meander. And could I quilt the quilts differently today? Sure, but I don't have to because they're quilts. They're not just quilt tops sitting in my cupboard.
Right,
So,
and they're finished.
And they're finished.
Right.
Sorry, yeah. And meandering doesn't take anything away from your piecing, and that's often the goal of quilting is to either enhance it or just don't take anything away from it, right?
Right.
And so it's a perfect way. So don't be intimidated by that.
But what great training videos. I mean, and the thing is that we offer a lot of those. And so you don't have
those
to be
videos
afraid.
give you great ways to start, and just anything, like all of you have found something in your life you want to be good at, right? I don't care if it's swimming, tennis, pickleball, whatever you want to be good at. What does it take?
Practice.
It takes practice.
Right.
So as long as you're willing to put in a little bit of practice, you
Right.
you can do this. You can do free motion quilting.
Now, we did have a question on the Moxie.
Okay.
Can you quilt a king-size quilt on the Moxie?
So I think the question was more like a 5-foot frame.
Yes.
Because we told you it comes with an option of a 5-foot frame.
Yes.
The 5-foot frame is a little bit different loading. It's more like a hooping method. So you just have to quilt the section that's in your hoop, and you can absolutely do a king-size quilt. It's very versatile. You could add extra poles. and roll up quilts that are smaller than 48 inches like this. Or if you have a king size quilt, you just hoop it and do the section that's in your throat space.
We all know how to do that because we're
So-
trying to do that on like table
Yeah.
runners and everything
Oh,
with
yeah.
our machine.
Absolutely. So that's the beauty of the 5-foot frame, is you can do any size quilt in that smaller space. Okay,
Perfect.
good question.
Okay, that's really great. Okay, my second question before we get started on this is, something went wrong. I'm hearing a funny sound, or I don't know how to change my bobbin, or I know I spent 2 days with Rebecca and she showed me everything, but it has all left my brain. What now?
Okay.
So I just want to share a brief video that we've also put together on troubleshooting.
Oh, perfect.
Hi, this is Rebecca from My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop. Welcome to Longarm and Loving It. I love free motion quilting, but sometimes it doesn't go as planned. Sometimes things happen. Today, I want to show you how to troubleshoot and get the best use of your time and what you do if something goes wrong. The first thing that I want to talk about is, oh my goodness, what happens if my bobbin thread doesn't come up? I have been taught to pull my bobbin thread up every single time. So let me pull the machine over and I'll show you. I have my top thread and I'm going to put my needle down, bring my needle back up, and I moved my machine out of the way, but my bobbin thread didn't come up. Let's try that again. Put my needle down, put my needle up, move my machine away, and I saw my bobbin thread for 1 second, but now it's gone. Honestly, the only thing that's wrong is your bobbin thread is just too short. So you can move your machine off of your quilt. We can pull the bobbin thread out to make it a little longer. Pull that bobbin thread out just to make it a little longer, and then put the machine back on the quilt. Hold on to your top thread, put your needle down, bring it back up again. Now as I pull the machine away, my bobbin thread comes up. That's the first thing that I wanted to teach you for troubleshooting. The second thing is, I took my bobbin case out, but my bobbin is still in the machine. This one's going to be a little tougher, but we can do it. So you're going to come under your machine with your implement. I'm using scissors, and very lightly grab the edge of your bobbin and pull it out very carefully. The third thing I want to talk about is changing a broken needle. It's going to happen. I promise. You're going to break a needle, and it's okay. Basically, what you want to do is make sure that your machine stays over your quilt. If you don't, that needle is going to drop right through the hole where your bobbin thread comes up, and it's going to make a horrible mess because most likely the needle will get stuck in the hook. We don't want that to happen because then you'll have to purchase another hook. So keep your machine over your quilt when you change the needle. We're just going to take a 2.5 millimeter Allen wrench and we're going to loosen this thumb screw, turning it towards you. We're going to remove the broken needle. We'll get a new needle and make sure you put the groove in. Also, make sure that you're over your quilt so the needle does not fall down into the hook area. Insert that needle all the way up. I like to tighten this with my fingers first. Make sure my position is correct, and then tighten it up with the Allen wrench. So those are 3 troubleshooting things that are very common. You'll probably run into in the first couple of weeks of quilting. Thanks for joining me. Happy quilting.
Okay, so I'm such a visual learner.
That's
I
great.
love that Rebecca
That's
put those
great.
together.
Yeah.
I love that it can just be right in the room with me,
Yeah.
and I don't have to worry. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. So
perfect.
So yes, that's okay. So let's talk the next machine, because
Yeah.
you know me, I like to just jump. If I'm going to jump in, I want to jump in with both feet. So this one is called the Amara 20. Now, I've kind of clued in just a little bit. Let's see. Moxie XL, Amara 20. Let me guess. 20 means 20 inches of throat space.
There you go.
Yay!
You've got this all figured out. So because of the poles, once again, you lose about 3 or 4 inches, 4 or 5, depending on how big your quilt is.
Because you have to wrap that around the pole.
Because you have to wrap it
Okay,
around the
gotcha.
take-up pole. So as your quilt finishes, it takes up a little bit of space in the back, right, along with the poles. So 20 inches gives you a good 15, 16
Wow.
inches of quilting. And I want to tell you just about some of my favorite features of the Amara, because
Okay.
it's kind of one of my babies. I love this machine. Excuse me, I'm kind of froggy today. Of course, you can't see it right now, but it has awesome lighting under the whole throating area, the throating?
Okay.
I made that one up.
The whole throating area.
Space,
All
right?
Let's just go with it.
Okay.
Throating.
And it also has amazing light in the bobbin case area.
What? So
Yeah.
you get light on top, light underneath.
Yeah, because
and you just
we
bought
like
it so you get
light.
light over the top.
And you need it all. You need all the light, okay? It also has a little magnetic tool minder collar on the left side here, so you can keep a couple of tools that you're always using right there on the machine. I always like to have my little thread snips,
Okay.
a little 2.5 hex wrench, and I like to have a little tiny screwdriver that adjusts my tension.
Okay.
So those little 3 tools I use a lot, and I like to have them right there on my machine, okay? It also has a laser light where your
Steve,
needle goes down.
Do you want to come? We're going to invite Steve in
I
here
don't
with
know
us
if he can
because
see these things.
Yeah, we'll
You might be able to see the light in the bobbin area. Could you show them that? It's kind of cool. You have to look down here.
Okay, Steve's going to come
We're
underneath
making
and
him
we're going
work.
to give him.
We're making him work hard, so you can see it. Oh, that's the frame. Come right up here to this area. He's coming.
There we go.
There we go. All right.
Can you
Okay.
see that lighting? I love it.
That is really cool.
I love it. Yeah. So, some nice things that we've added. One more I want to show you. Maybe Steve can look at this one too. It has independently adjustable handlebars, so I can rotate them down, or I can rotate them in. And so right, I'm driving it like this, and if I rotate them in just a little bit, I don't feel fatigued, but when I do that, I feel this relief. Like it's really nice to be able to move your handlebars for comfort or for perhaps even design choice.
That's
So
really
the
cool.
fact that I can just move both of those handlebars, and I can move them independently, left from right. So I love that too. So that's just a few of my favorite features. It has more.
Yes,
but
I love this.
We
I
are
love
on a
this
time
little
limit.
guide beam. Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
that is really cool. So some of the other things. Let me grab my notes. You get 2,500 stitches per minute. Tell me what a
So-
thread break sensor is.
So thread break sensor, it has a little, if the thread stops, if the or what's it called? The spring stops moving, because that moves as your thread's going through. If it stops moving in front of that, it beeps and tells you that your thread is not moving in
So
front of it.
I'm not going to get all the way over here and then go, oh, well, crap. My
Well-
thread isn't there. It's broken.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
when you're free motion stitching, you'll easily see that.
Okay.
I'm
not gonna do it blind.
Your stitches are not
Okay.
working.
All right.
But if you had your computer going, it would, yeah. So-
Yep. All right. And then also, we have this on a 5-foot frame right here. Is that what this is?
This looks like a 4-foot
A
frame.
4-foot frame.
Yeah.
But it goes 5-foot frame,
Nope. Oh,
8, 10, 12,
You
14.
could do 4, but it actually comes on a 10 or 12-foot studio frame.
Okay.
So, and they come in 4-foot sections. So you could actually set it at 4-foot, 6-foot, 8-foot, 10-foot, or 12-foot, depending on the configuration that you purchase. It's the same price either way, but yeah. So you have those options. You are limited to the size of quilt by the size you set your frame.
Right.
So if I set it up at 8 foot, I lose about 6 inches on each side. So help me
Okay.
out. So 7 times 12 is 84.
Well, I had to take Math 101 3 times, Kelly, so I don't know.
I used to know math. I don't know math.
Yeah, I think
But
84.
that's as big of wide of a quilt as you can do. Now you can do 100 lengthwise.
Right.
But so you think about that when you're setting up your frame, okay?
Okay, all right.
Questions
so,
on the frame you can ask.
Right.
I
Yep.
won't delve into it anymore.
Marianne
than
says
that.
she needs a long arm pull boy. I agree. Yep.
So-
I think this sounds really cool.
Some people get really intimidated by loading the frames and feel like that's, you have some really good videos on how to load them.
Right.
It's not a difficult process. I prefer to pin, other people use red snappers, other people use zippers. There's lots of ways to help you get through that with good videos as well.
Right. And I
So-
really like a video, a good training video. And not only do we have people that you can call, but a video you can stop, pause, go back, watch, stop, pause,
I
go
love it
back and
too,
watch.
yeah.
And I know Handy Quilter provides all of
Yes.
that. My girlfriend's quilt shop provides all of
Yes.
that. So
That's how I learned to quilt.
really,
Yeah.
working with, you
So
learned
I
on
had
video.
to watch the videos, but back then they were CDs.
We're
So-
not gonna age ourselves.
It's been a little while.
Yeah,
Well, at
all
least
right.
it wasn't a VHS.
All
Oh,
right.
I might have had those too.
Well,
Anyway.
I'm almost sold, so I think it's time we bring Todd on.
Almost.
Let's find. Yeah,
Let's
I
give you
know
the
we just have a
price.
few more. Let's
Okay.
find out the price. So
Okay.
so I'm
Let's do
gonna
it.
bring Todd on. Todd, you want to come on and tell me what I'm gonna pay for this?
I'm going to take the long way around, but this is pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
we're growing. The one thing that I always say, and I shouldn't have said this to my wife, but I just said, look, buy the best that you can afford. You will not be disappointed with
You
that,
won't be
right?
disappointed.
A
Yeah.
lot of times when you start out at the bottom and you go, well,
I want to try it, see
you're
if I
not going to be
like
happy,
it.
right? Pretty soon you're just going, well, now I have two machines. Where am I going to put them? Because I had
Yeah.
to go upgrade, right? Okay, so the Amara 20 tonight again.
Well, I have two machines. It's
Well,
okay.
of course you do. You have to, right?
sorry, tell
Because
them
if you're
price.
doing edge to edge on one,
Yeah. And then
Then
I
your
can
free
free
motion
motion
on
on the
the
other.
other.
It's perfect.
yes. See, my wife's taught me well.
Okay.
My wife has taught me well. Okay, so the Amara 20, right? We are at 9,000. Or let's see, MSRP $13,495, $9,995 tonight.
It's amazing.
It's a Christmas miracle.
This is the best-selling machine in the market worldwide.
This one, the
Worldwide.
20.
The 20. Yeah.
Well, why would you not want the
And I'm not going to talk you
best-selling-
out of the 24 or the Infinity, but this is the best machine because of its features, and it was because of the price when the price was
was
$13,495.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the quick math on that, $4,000. That's a great Christmas gift to yourself.
35. Yeah.
right?
3,500.
3,500. I round up. What?
So does my husband.
Well, of course you do. All right. Okay. And again, call Mike. Call Mike if you're thinking about this. Like, which one's for me? What do I need? Where do I go? Kelly, we appreciate you giving us the tips and the tricks of maybe why we would go up. But again, you're never going to be disappointed with more throat space, right?
You're not. The
Okay.
biggest frame and the biggest throat space you can afford. And
Exactly.
fit. You'll be
Okay, and
happy.
again, the free Handy Quilter highlights, there's great lights behind us right here. Can't live without those. You need we just talked about light, right? I mean, part of the reason I wear these is not just because they're such a fashion statement.
They
but
are, though.
I can't see anything without them, and I'm always looking for more light. So we have light here, we have light underneath, and then
we have
you're going to
light.
get the free light over here. You can't go wrong with that. Again, $400 off of the 2-day Girlfriends on the Go, $200 off the 1-day Lifetime Machine Education from MGQS, and free shipping anywhere in the continental U.S. Again, get on the phone, shoot Mike a text, whatever you're thinking about, he'll help you get to where
You're killing
get
me.
to the one that you need.
It's awesome.
We're going to keep going, so I'm going to bring Allison back out,
Okay.
and then we're going to keep going because I think the deals are getting
We got to talk
they're getting
about the
better
Pro
as they go,
Stitcher.
right?
Yeah.
We got to talk about Pro Stitcher.
okay.
All right. Oh,
I'm bringing him back because I don't have a lot more to say because we want to talk about the Amara 24.
Yeah.
And I think the only difference there is, I don't know, 4
Well,
more inches?
4 more inches, and then it does come on like a little bit bigger frame.
Okay,
So
bigger frame.
Length, same option, but yeah. Okay.
yes. Okay, the Amara 24. Here we go. Are we ready for this?
Yeah.
Regular MSRP on this is $15,995. Black Friday pricing, $12,595.
Yeah.
I'm guessing on the 24, what do we get? A little more throat space?
Yes.
There you go. Got to have more throat space
Yeah.
and get the biggest frame that you can afford.
Yeah.
Again, Mike's number's up on there. The highlights, got to have the highlights. That's free. We throw that in just so that, and you know what? I'll even throw in a free pair of green glasses. If you buy one of these, you get a free pair of green glasses. How does that sound?
Is that the only way I can get those? Okay,
It could
fine.
be.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. All right, perfect.
Sounds good.
Allison, let's get back. Let's talk about this is what's really cool.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
Yeah.
this is really, really cool
like the
to
Pro
watch.
Stitcher?
I love watching these things work, and I love watching people on the Pro Stitcher.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I think what we all get really excited about is the Pro Stitcher. And I know that we use a Pro Stitcher in the shop so much. And that's the majority of what is happening, because why not? There's thousands and thousands of designs.
Yes.
And
And they're
the
perfect.
ease of use.
They're like, you're a perfect quilter from
Right,
step one.
right. I know. Stippling is great, custom is great, ruler work is fantastic, but there's something to be said about those designs. So let's just watch a short video about the Pro Stitcher, and then we will be back.
Perfect.
So you can either get the Pro Stitcher or the Pro Stitcher Lite. How would I know which one to get?
Okay, just to clarify, the Pro Stitcher or the Pro Stitcher Lite, those are the computer programs, computer parts that drive the machine. So if you want to add computerization to your machines, that's what you would need to get. And it's fully integrated into our machines. So you don't have a ton of big cables, or they're all ready. They're all set up and ready to add that computerized quilting.
Which is so great. You can
Yes.
see them. We have them on our machines,
Yes.
and they just look like part of the machine.
Yes, but let's clarify. Pro Stitcher Lite goes on the Moxie machines. Any of the bigger machines, you have to go with Pro Stitcher Premium. So they're basically the same program. It's just we've kind of simplified it for the Lite.
Okay.
So
all right.
I'm not
so
going
it
to talk
just
about
depends,
a ton of
it just depends on
differences.
which machine. You
Yes.
can't. You either get one or the other.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
when they're asking, which would be best for the USB designs of different kinds of
Yes.
things, it's whatever machine you have. All
Yeah.
right. So the Pro Stitcher design, you get this 12-inch touchscreen monitor. So Todd talks about being blind, but this is really, really easy to see.
Yes.
Really easy to work. It's a touchscreen. You operate your whole machine just from this
Yes.
screen.
And it's like a window-based program. But the little display that would normally be on the Amara, you don't need it when you have Pro Stitcher. It's on your computer screen as well.
Perfect.
So you don't have to have a whole bunch of screens and mess going on. You just have one screen that you're working with, and it's fantastic, okay? The other thing you get with Pro Stitcher is channel locks, and probably you're all going, what's channel locks? But if you've ever driven a Longarm machine, it's really hard to do perfectly straight, and the channel lock locks the wheels so that you can have perfectly straight vertical lines or horizontal lines. So I love that that's in the program as well.
That's really,
But
really
are we going to
cool.
look at the screen for
Sure.
a second?
Sure.
Okay, so here's our screen. This small one, that's our machine display, okay? Now, if I want to just work with Pro Stitcher, I'm just going to close out that, and then I have Pro Stitcher right there, okay? Now, if I want to bring it back up, all I have to do is touch this little, it doesn't like my fingers because they're dry. There we go. And I just touch the machine, and then I have my machine screen again as well. So when I'm working with Pro Stitcher, I really don't need to be in my machine screen, but if I have to pull it up for some reason, it's just right there. It's just a touch of a button, okay?
Okay.
So I love that it's user-friendly. It's just easy to access. It's fully integrated. It's just meant to run with these machines. It's fantastic.
One of the things I loved is you simply just put in the size of your quilt.
Oh, yeah.
Choose your design. It fills it in, and you can see before you
Yeah.
even start what it's going to look like.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yep.
So there's lots of like favorite tools that I love on the Pro Stitcher.
Right.
But those are the kinds of things that you're going to learn. Like it's just so much to learn.
Right.
I don't want to overwhelm you right now, but it's as simple as choosing a design, telling it the 4 corners that you want to quilt the block in, and quilt.
Right.
Quilt.
You hit go.
Yeah.
It does it. When you get to the end of the row, you roll
Yeah.
your quilt up, start over again.
And the great thing is it fits perfectly into your piecing. So I'm sure your piecing doesn't look like my piecing.
Oh, I'm sure it's
but
worse.
an 8-inch square might not be perfectly square.
These guys know I'm a sloppy quilter. I am a sloppy
we could quilt
quilter.
together
Yes,
then.
I,
Okay.
I like to get it over and done, and I'm really a sloppy quilter because you're only as good as your quilter. And if you have the Pro Stitcher, your quilter's perfect.
Right, it is, and it's perfectly to your quilt. So
Yep.
I love that I can customize that. I love that I can finish a quilt in a couple of hours. That's kind of why I have 2 machines, because I'll have a quilt on my custom quilted machine for, we won't even talk about how long, but a while. And then if I put one on the Pro Stitcher, I can finish it in a couple of hours.
Oh my gosh, that is so
all those little
cool.
quilts I got to have done for the baby shower or
Yeah,
whatever.
just the things you have to get
I can
done.
just finish them really quickly.
Right.
So.
And I just love all the designs. I just finished
Oh,
one
yeah.
called Windy Day, and I'm like, you know what? I think I want wind on this. And
Yeah.
it came back exactly as I
It's
envisioned
perfect.
it. Yeah,
I love it.
absolutely perfect.
So the Pro Stitcher is really something that's fun to add to your machine. So
Would you start with a Pro Stitcher?
sure, a lot of people do.
Yeah?
A lot of people are intimidated by the free motion, and
Because I am, and so that's why I asked the question. Because I'm like, I think I would start with the Pro Stitcher because I could just finish all of my quilts,
Yeah.
and then practice a little bit. I mean, I think I'm intimidated by the point of driving this around and getting perfect designs.
well, they're not perfect. I'm a whimsical quilter.
Yes,
Right? What did you say you were?
I'm a sloppy
Sloppy.
quilter.
So we're the same.
Okay.
So my
I
free
love
motion
that. I'm going to
quilting-
call myself whimsical
We're
now
whimsical.
on. Yes.
Yeah, so it works perfectly, but the Pro Stitcher is never too early to add it. It's never too late to add it. It's just something that just really enhances, gives you a new tool
Right.
to finish your quilts. And isn't that our goal?
Right. Yeah.
wanna finish our
them.
quilts.
Right. We don't
Yeah.
want them sitting around.
I'd love to tell you about Todd tell you about the pricing on it because it's a crazy.
I can't wait to hear.
It's
So,
crazy. Did you have
Todd,
any other questions about it?
No, because it's just so easy. Touch screen, put in the size of your quilt, choose your design. I think in my feeble mind, it's going to be harder to choose from the thousands of designs than it is going to be to run the thing.
No, we'll help you get through
Okay.
that.
All right.
Okay.
Perfect. I know your number. Todd, come tell us the price. We promised to keep this under an hour, so let's talk Pro Stitcher price, and then we have
Do we
some
have
money
any
to give
questions?
away, and then we'll answer
Oh,
questions.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, now this is where it gets really cool,
I
Kelly.
know.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
So, Pro Stitcher Light, we are an MSRP of $59.95 on sale Black Friday tonight here with girlfriends, $4,995. That is a deal. But you want to hear the next deal?
Yeah.
Again, when we're get the best that you can afford, you will never be sorry by going up a step or two. This is going up some serious steps, but the Pro Stitcher Premium, the MSRP on this is $11,995.
Yeah.
On sale now for $7,995.
Wait, you should say that again because it's like,
$7,995. And it will take your whimsical quilting into professional quilting immediately, correct?
unless you choose a whimsical design.
Oh, boom, very good. Kelly, I love that. I love it. Okay, and the same thing, right? If you already have one of these machines and you want to
Yeah.
add the Pro Stitcher on,
Oh, absolutely.
now's the time. Grab
Yeah.
this. This is a deal. And again, these go through December 2nd, so you want to get on this. But same thing. If you buy this, you're going to get a free. You're going to get the free highlight to go over it as well. And again, the girlfriends on the go, the discount on that, $400 for the 2-day and $200 for 1-day. Lifetime education from My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop and free shipping
Love it.
anywhere in the continental U.S. This is the deal of the night right here.
Yeah,
Right?
it is.
I mean, you're into the best-selling machine and the Pro Stitcher at an unbelievable deal. We've not
Yeah.
seen these prices before.
I'm actually adding it to my free motion machine because of
Oh, no.
I know.
But
I
you're
can
gonna
steal
choose,
free motion,
you're
though.
going to choose whimsical, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Well, I think we've about done it. We're going to get Allison back on.
Okay.
She's going to choose. I think we had somebody in the background, Kathy, working with us. She's going to choose the winners, and then maybe we're going to watch a video first. All right.
Okay.
Video first, and then we'll have Allison back in.
Perfect.
Hi, this is Rebecca with My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop. We are going to do Pro Stitcher. Level 3, you've made it this far. We're super excited to go through Pro Stitcher. The next few videos are going to be kind of a description of every single type of button, and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes of Pro Stitcher. Let's take a look at the screen, and I'll show you what the functions all are. This is the Pro Stitcher screen. The top line are called the tabs. Looks like a file drawer system. When we select each tab, they will be green. Under the tabs, we have what we call the ribbon. The ribbon changes for every tab. On the far left are the quick access buttons. And this just gives you quick access to buttons that you use most often. Just inside the quick access buttons is the quick access tools. There are 4 buttons. You can only use one of these tools at a time. The whole screen is called the workspace. That includes the grid and everything on it. It will include a design, an area. It could include several designs. On the right-hand side, the little cream box is called the sidebar. The sidebar is where your tabs will also show up and give you options and let you see exactly what's open on your workspace. Down at the bottom, on the right-hand side, we have our zoom tools. So we can zoom out and zoom in on different aspects or on the whole screen. Then on the bottom left are our select tools. We can select or deselect designs. And this is just the basic makeup of the Pro Stitcher screen. Now that you understand how the screen is set up, it will help you understand how I do different things in Pro Stitcher and help you understand the terms better.
All right, I can't believe it. I can't believe all the things. So I want to ask if anybody has any questions. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments because we just have Kelly here tonight and she is the master knowledge.
Oh, wow.
Not that if you don't have questions, we can't get you an answer, but you know, if you have any questions, let me know. Yep. So do you know the regalia? That's not a Handy Quilter machine. So call Mike. He can help you. He can help you with that one. All right. Okay. Well, I just want to go over these prices because they're unheard of. One more time.
Okay.
Let's make sure I heard right. I do have my cheat sheets. All right. So we started with the Moxie, $39.95 through December 2nd. All right. Then the Moxie XL, which we move up. Our throat space is a little bit different, a little bit longer, and we have the bigger computer screen, $59.95. The Amara 20, which is 20-inch throat space, and then you have all the lighting, the bobbin underneath, all of those things. We're at $99, adjustable handlebars, yeah, all the cool things, $99.95. You can't even buy a used car for that. Then we are going to go the Amara 24, which is 24 inches of throat space, and it is $12,595. The Pro Stitcher Light, which works on your Moxies, $49.95. And finally, the Pro Stitcher, which works on your Amaras on up, $79.95. Wow. Kelly, I have never heard of any of those.
Which
it might
machine
be
you getting,
time.
Allison?
I don't know. I got to go home and do some A, cleaning, B, cleaning out, and C, measuring, and a little bit of begging. So yeah, great. All right, do we have any questions? And all of those come with lights, the discount on Girlfriend on the Go. All right, so the question is, what is Girlfriends on the Go? Girlfriends on the Go is we actually send your machine to your house, and we send somebody out to set up your machine for you.
Oh, nice.
They train you, and you can choose 1 day or 2 day. They're actually
So
in your
great.
house, in your environment. You can have your own quilt, put it on there, and they will go through all your questions, one-on-one training with you and whoever you invite into your space to do that. So.
Good. That's
Really,
awesome.
yeah.
Really awesome.
Yeah, it's really the cheapest friend you'll ever buy.
It's great.
Because then they are your friend for life. All right, well, the
Now,
moment we have all been waiting for.
I did see a question really quick
Okay.
about Pro Stitcher Designer.
Okay.
That's a program that comes with Pro Stitcher Premium where you can digitize your own designs. It does come with Pro Stitcher Premium. It does not with Pro Stitcher Lite, but you can buy it separately. So
Okay.
that answers
Perfect.
that question.
All right, Todd, I need your face because we have some
Nobody ever says they need
prizes.
my face.
Yep, I do need your face. All right, so we're going to give away 3 100. Thank you for joining us.
Oh,
Thank you
wow.
for spending the last
Yeah.
hour. Kelly, thank you for being here.
So
Todd,
fun.
thank you for being my partner in crime. Thank you for these great, great prices. And thank you guys for just being with us tonight, spending an hour with us on a Thursday night. But we want to give away some money.
Let's do it.
Okay, all right, so I'm gonna call out the winner one by one. Now, keep in mind, you have to be here to win. So please say, I'm here in the comments so
I'm
that we
here.
can get you. I haven't called your name, Kelly.
Okay.
All right.
Just know I'm here.
Okay. All right. So the first one, the first person that's like and shared is Christine Green. Christine Green, if you're here, yay! $100 gift card. So yes, we are all cheering you on. Let us know you're here. Let us know you're here. We'll kind of watch in the comments, see if we can get Christine on. All right. Christine, are you still with us? Are you still with us? All right, I'm going to call a second name because we have 3 to give out. So the next one is, do you want to say?
Lynn Pillow.
Lynn Pillow, if you are on. Oh, Christine's here, so yes, yay, Christine's here. All right, Lynn Pillow. Lynn, if you are on, let us know. And while we are waiting for Lynn, Joe Ward. Joe Ward, if you are on, you are also the winner of a $100 gift card. So we'll just kind of watch here.
Now that's $100 off of the machine price.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, Christine Green's here. So, all right, Lynn, we're watching for you, and also Joe Ward, we're watching for you. We'll give you just a few minutes to get on there. So, yeah, Lynn Pillow is here. So, and so is Joe Ward. So those are our winners tonight. So watch for those. We will send those over to customer care. Actually, Kathy will award those $100 gift cards, and you have those to spend online or in the store. So, all right,
Awesome.
with that, Todd, do you want to come back on and let's tell our girlfriends and guy friends one more time how to get a hold of Mike if they have any questions or if they...
Can we put that up? Can we put Mike's number up one more time on there? And again, email Mike. It's mike@mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com. Shop is with 2 P's and an E. Mike's phone number is on there, 435-764-4531. And feel free to, if you call and it's busy, just give him shoot him a text. He will get right back to you. The guy never sleeps. He's just up sending out quotes, doing orders, answering questions. And I believe Bridger's already gone to bed.
Yes.
So Mike is holed up in the hotel. He's ready to go. So give him a call. And thank you all again. It's been a great night. We appreciate everybody on. Kelly, thank you for coming
Thank you.
up. We've
I
had a
love to
great
come
time.
with my girlfriends.
Yeah, we love to have you.
All right. Okay, everyone. Thank you and good night.